there, everybody. This is King Kai's, and today I'm going to do part 3 to what if Deku had, what if Minato had reincarnated as, what if Minato reincarnated as Deku? And the thing is, this time we're gonna go with the, well, yeah. Well, I'm just gonna do it in just one day, so let's go like this. So, after the, a hero versus villains, like the whole entire class is finished. So, they go out and they go to the cafeteria and they start eating lunch. And everything goes to canon up to there. And once they finish eating lunch, yada yada, let's go to the USJ incident. Now, this is where things are going to deviate a lot. For starters, Midoriya wanted to be just safe, just in case. So he put a flying Raijin mark on everybody in the class. And he also put one on Nezu just in case. Minato is a cautious person, so he would do this. So when he had to go, well, while they were on the bus and they were talking about quirks and things like that, people finally get on to Midoriya. And Midoriya gets drilled about this, and it's been a while now, and he's started to get the hang of it, and he says that his, quirk is called Yellow Flash, and he just overall just explains his abilities, what he can do, but he doesn't tell them that he has chakra. That's the one thing he keeps hidden. And afterwards, he goes, when Kurigiri starts, when the Hero 13 decides to give everybody the speech about how your quirks can be dangerous and how it can save people, it can also put people in danger, and how you need to learn to have full control over your quirk or not, or you're not gonna be a good hero. So, Kurigiri opens the gates. After opening the gates, he tries to separate everybody from the whole entire class, which he fails miserably at that. After failing, well, no, he doesn't fail. He succeeds. And he succeeds by separating everyone. And after he separates everyone, Midoriya quickly teleports out of there and goes to Nezu. And he, gives Nezu a rundown saying that there are villains appearing in the USJ and how he needs to get everybody out there. That includes All Might. Afterwards, Nezu prepares everybody to go there. And after that, Minato decides to quickly head over, teleport directly to Asui and where Asui and Kendo are, and he teleports them out of there. And he keeps on doing this until he gets everybody in Class 1A out, except for Jiro, Kaminari, and Momo. And when he sees the villains that are about to attack Momo, he doesn't take too well of this. And, well, no. Momo started to fight them. But in one of the fights, her hair got loosened. Well, her hair tie was broken. because somebody threw a punch. One of the villains threw a punch, and when she tried to move out of the way, it ended up hitting her whatever it is that girls use to tie their hair, or she does. And after getting out of the way, she was about to hit them. Like she hit the person in their knee with the staff. Then afterwards, she knocked him out by hitting him in his jaw. And as for the second person, before she could deal with him, Minato arrives with a flying Raijin, and when he sees that somebody when she was about to handle the other guy, he uses he uses a lightning style, and he paralyzes one of the villains. But as he found out, it didn't work on him. Well, Kirishima already tried to paralyze them, but it didn't work. It only took out most of them. So he decided to use other ninjutsu. And then he went on a taijutsu fight where he completely obliterated that villain. Afterwards, he grabbed everybody, run away, flying Raijin back into Principal Nezu's classroom. Afterwards, he went over to Aizawa and told him that he got everybody out of the USJ. And Kurogiri is, not Kurogiri, but Shigaraki is scratching his neck like an addict. And he, was so pissed that he told the Nomu, instead of fighting Aizawa, to attack Midoriya. Well, he said Nomu attacked that. He said Nomu attacked that green-haired bastard. Afterwards, the Nomu went straight after Midoriya. Midoriya keeps on, moving, trying to fight it, but he couldn't take it on. So he decided to move back, and since him and Kurama, his channels are completely fused. Technically, they're one of the, not one of the same, but no. I'm just gonna make it they have a Jinchuriki type relationship like the original. So he uses KCM because he befriended Kurama over the 14 years of his life as Izuku Midoriya. And after after mastering KCM, which is what he's been working on, the 10 months. That's something I was very vague about in this prize that I wanted to give people. So he used the Kurama, avatar mode, and starts beating the ever-living crap out of the Nomu. They were exchanging blow to blow, and after he saw that it wasn't working, he decided to first hit it with the Rasengan, and after hitting it with the Rasengan, he decided to hit it with the Tail Beast Bomb, which obliterated the Nomu and destroyed the top half of the USJ. And Shigaraki is afraid now. He's about to tell Kurogiri to take him away. That's when Minato throws a shuriken, but Kurogiri was about to put a portal. He opened a portal in order to send it back at Midoriya, but he flying Raijin there. And afterwards, he moved the kunai to another place behind Shigaraki, and he teleported there with a Rasengan. And he, slammed the Rasengan behind Shigaraki. Shigaraki. And Kurogiri like quickly opened up another portal in order to suck up Shigaraki. And before Kurogiri could warp himself out of there, Midoriya also hit him, grabbed him with the Kurama, Chagra, hand. And after grabbing him, well, Kurogiri was completely made out of gas except for the metal thing that was on him. So yeah, he grabbed that part and was holding him down. But a couple of the villains were still there, so they started to try and attack Midoriya, and he couldn't, he didn't want to leave him alone, so he did a Shadow Clone Jutsu and told them all to attack the villains. He took out a bunch of them, and with the Kurama Chakra mode, he went ahead and locked, imprisoned all of them. And after imprisoning them all, he decided to use a high-rank genjutsu in order to get into Kurogiri's mind and know what happened. And this is when he finds out that Kurogiri is a high-end Nomu. And the thing that he just defeated was a Nomu that was made exactly to kill All Might, that had regeneration and shock absorption. And it was how Kurogiri was made was how he was made was he was used by the dead corpse of Aizawa's old friend, which I should really remember his name. But I think it was he wanted his hero name to be Son Goku because his quirk had to do with clouds. A little, something just there for you to know. And he started to see more and more. He started to find out more about the horrible experiments that All For One was doing and how they could copy and clone quirks. So, and how Shigaraki was going to be the next successor of All For One. And also that All For One gave Shigaraki a quirk called Decay. Well, he took a quirk from Shigaraki and gave him one called Decay. Now, Decay is a quirk that I'm not gonna explain too much. You gotta read the manga or watch the anime in order to know this. So I'm giving you a spoiler warning right now. So when Shigaraki unlocked his quirk, he ended up killing his whole entire family because he didn't know what he was doing. So, and he's also of Nanashimura. After finding all this information out, how Nanashimura was the previous teacher of All Might, and once All Might burst through the door, that's when Minato got out of the genjutsu. And once he got out of the genjutsu, he pulled All Might aside and told him everything that all the information he got via another genjutsu. So, and because of he put Kurogiri in a genjutsu, he was able to find out where the League of Villains hideout was. And he also told All Might about that as well. And after telling him about that, he prepared with the teachers in order to take down All For One in the League of Villains. So when he So when he was in the preparations, he asked for specific heroes whom he know will be helpful. So the first person that he asked for is Mr. Aizawa, because he could erase some of the villain's quirks, making an easier time for them, getting Gorka and his mother, because she's pretty good. We can't forget about Endeavor and Best Genius and All Might. These 6 people are on his team. And he told Nezu about it. So, he made Unite the team with Nezu. Him and Nezu are going to be the minds and are the ones who plan it out. So, they first started by staking out the place to see if there are any things that they could use in order to find out. So, on the day of around the 2-week break that they have from school, that's when Midoriya and his team, and his team go ahead and go after the League of Villains in order to show the public that even if the villains attack them, they could easily take them down. So one thing leads to another, and they take down the villains. After some fighting, and you know how in the fight between All Might and All for One, things like that one, it just goes straight as to canon, except All Might still has All for One, One for All. And when they are fighting, All Might gets one good punch in. And once he gets that punch in, he's still in his deflated form. So nothing too good about that. And before All for One could kill him, Minato comes in with the Midoriya, Inko comes in with a Rasen Shuriken, because believe it or not, she helped Minato perfect the Rasengan. After helping perfect it, she decided to put her, try and see what type of chakra nation she could put in chains and things like that. So she throws a Rasen Shuriken that not only has water release, but also lightning, so it becomes a vanishing Rasen Shuriken. And at first, All for One was about to block this, but before he can block it, he sees that it vanishes, so he decided to insult her on how her technique wasn't strong, but it all of a sudden just hits him. And before his face was messed up, now the rest of his body is. He's completely mangled and destroyed. And before he dies, he decides to forcefully send everybody away. But after that, Shigaraki, and the rest of the League of Villains were, no, there isn't much of a League of Villains. It was just Shigaraki now. So he sent Shigaraki, he teleported him to the doctor. After he teleported him to the doctor, this is where things start to speed up. As in, Shigaraki is put into, Kurogiri somehow manages to escape when he was going to Tartarus prison. After escaping, he goes to after finding out that like All for One was defeated, he teleports to another, to the doctor's office. And after like finding out everything about Gigantomachia and things like that, he, along with what's left of the League of Villains, which is Shigaraki, the evil doctor, and Kurogiri. It's just them three in Gigantomachia. So they need a new recruit, someone that can help them out. That's what Kurogiri and the doctor said. So they try and recruit the hero killer, Stain. And thus that arc begins. So after UA takes down the League of Villains, the public is reassured about how no villains are gonna attack them anytime soon. So they go ahead and release the fact that they go ahead and release information about the Force Festival and how it's gonna come up in about a week. And after said week is over, people want to hear from people want to hear from you know what, I'm not gonna skip over the 1 week. In that 1 week, Midoriya, he doesn't really know. Well, after Kushina, he didn't. Minato never really tried to talk or get close to any other girls, so he really doesn't know what he's doing anymore. But he tries to get close to Momo, and he asks her out like on a date. He says like at first let's start as friends, yada yada, the whole thing. The whole week was just them just going on dates and hanging out. I'm not good at romance, so yeah, screw that shit. So sports festival. Minato is the representative because he not only took down a bunch of villains all on his own, but he kinda annihilated the League of Villains. And after doing said work, he goes to up, and instead of like what Bakugo did, where he was acting like a complete fucking dick, he actually tries to encourage everybody to do their best, and how he just encourages everybody. He's like, everybody do your best, and that's it. He says that word for word, and people are having like mixed responses. Some are like, man, this guy's boring, yada yada. Man, I gotta stop saying yada yada. Okay. So, Midnight, goes with the whole drawing thing, and the first thing to do is the race. Now, like, Todoroki already does the whole ice thing where he encases the whole entire place with ice. And once he does that, he's about to begin a run. And the moment he begins to run, he's like the moment he begins to run, like he kisses everybody, but like Minto, because of his fast reflexes, he jumps up before the moment they say go. Todoroki freezes the whole entire place, and Minato just blasts off. Like, he throws a his flying Raijin kunai, and that thing goes like real far, and he just goes. After a while, he gets to the mine. Well, he gets near the mines, and he decides to use KCM, and he used the avatar mode where like he's basically Kurama, and he just like jumps over the whole entire minefield. And after jumping over it, he runs like straight to the finish line. And after going through the finish line, well, yeah, he got the 10 million points. And everybody comes in like in canon. Todoroki, Bakugo, and surprisingly Ida. Yeah. And so his team is gonna be consisted of Dark Shadow, Ibara, the girl with the vine hair, and what's his name? Kirishima and Momo. With this, he just tells everybody that they should just stay in the. He goes into to the Kurama avatar mode, and when everybody's like gunning after them, he just like creates the big Kurama avatar and just puts it as a shield, and they just stay there the whole entire time. Everybody's trying to enter it, but they can't, and every time they try attacking it, it doesn't work. And Bakugo tries a couple of times by trying to explode it, but he keeps on getting whacked away by a tail until finally he was nearly like out of bounds, but like his team caught him just in time. After like catching him, of course, Katsuki, being real pissed off, he's about to go for another one until the cocky guy from class 1B, he steals one of the the headband from Bakugo, and like Bakugo's so pissed, so he goes after him, and in the end, first it's Midoriya, Monoma's team, then it was Midoriya, Todoroki's team, Monoma, then Bakugo, and the rest is as follows in canon. And so when Midoriya goes up against Shinso, the mind control guy, Shinso talks to him, he says it must have been great being born with such a great quirk. And Minato does a talk no jutsu, but before he could do it, he just he's like gotcha, but he told him to get off the stage, and before he could, Minato decided to use chakra and free himself the way that people in Naruto free themselves from genjutsu. So he was he said to Monoma, if you want, I could train you to be better, because I was, he gives him talking to by saying, I was never this good. I had to train to come to where I am. And just as how hard as I have worked, if I help you, if I train you, you could probably become even better than you are now. After he says that, Monoma, kept, and he just quietly walks down, and yeah, the fights go on just like canon because there's no need to change them. And Todoroki still declares war on Midoriya, and yeah, he declares war on him, and Bakugo's like real pissed now. Before he was at a 10, now he's at an 11. He had enough of Midoriya's antics. He wants to like get rid of him now, whether it be in a legal fashion or not. Nah, fucking with you. All he does is just blabber on about how he was better than everyone. Then he declares war on the both of them. So nobody cares, and yeah. So the fight goes on, and when it's Todoroki versus Midoriya doesn't use like any jutsu. He just uses taijutsu, and he keeps on pissing off what's his name? Todoroki. He's like, why won't you use your full power? And he's like, that's my question to you. Why aren't you using your full power? If you're gonna mock everybody by using only half your power, then I'm gonna do the same by using only 10% of mine. Man, after he said that, Todoroki gets angry. Like his eyes, he just loses it. And he says, he says like, the only reason that I don't want to use my power, his power, is because sob story, whatever. But then again, his story is like pretty sad. So he tells him about that, and he's like, and Midoriya just gives him a Tagno Jutsu again, and it works. So Todoroki starts using his fire, and Midoriya just uses a Rasengan right after he flying right just right next to him. He uses a Rasengan, and he's not using like that mini Rasengan. He's using the Odama Rasengan, nigga. Like Todoroki was like, ice, shield or whatever, like where he just encases everything around him in ice. Minato just used the Odama Rasengan, blows the ice away, including Todoroki, and he slams his face onto the ice. But before he slams into the ice, he melts the ice away by using his fire side, which kind of saved his ass. But it's like when you hit when you belly flop in the water, like in a pool, but like from a really high height. Yeah, it's like that. After he hits the the arena wall, he leaves a mini crater on it, leaving some cracks in it. And after that, Cementos fixes up the ring and everything. So Bakugo versus Tokiyami begins, and it's like canon. Just he keeps on exploding and weakening Dark Shadow to the point where it's just it doesn't work. Like Dark Shadow just is useless against him, so he gets mopped. But then comes Bakugo versus Midoriya. Man, President Mike is having a field day because he keeps on, talking about Midoriya and how he has so many abilities. And in the stands, there are two people that are cheering for Midoriya and Bakugo. Bakugo's mother is wearing a headband that has his name on it, and she even has a banner, and she is shouting his name and saying, "Ooh, Bakugo, you got this." President Mike has a field day by saying, "Thanks for supporting your son." Next thing you know, Midoriya's mom is doing the same thing, except she does it at a grander scale by using shadow clones. At the end of the day, both Bakugo and Midoriya are embarrassed. So, in order to get out of their system, they decide to just finish it off as fast as they can, just so they can get out of there. So, while Bakugo uses his Howitzer impact, Midoriya decides to use the fucking Odama Rasengan, blows that guy away. So he wins the sports festival with what's his name? Bakugo coming in second, and Tokoyami getting in third. So that concludes the sports festival. And if you're still watching this, sorry I haven't been uploading for a while. It's just there's some things that have been going on, and and I'm not having really good Wi-Fi reception or Wi-Fi at all. If you're wondering, that's the main reason I couldn't upload. Well, have a good day and a good night.